If you've not been here before, I am the Scruffy Trader, and trust me, I am scruffy. Why? I just am. I really am. But anyway, I've been asked today if I would have a walk through my trading setup and my little workspace that I have. Now, the beauty of Forex and trading is you can work pretty much anywhere, but there's certain things that you do need, and a decent working space is one of them. You'll see these clowns saying they trade on the beach and sit by a swimming pool underneath an umbrella. No, they don't. It's just all cinematic. Looks good. But the reality is you need a decent place to work because it is your job. And for all it gives you excellent rewards and can give you a lovely life, it is a job. So if you treat it as a job, it'll pay you as a job. And that's what we're trying to achieve today. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a little walk around the setup that I have here in this office. Very simple, but it'll give you an idea of where I spend a lot of my time and what I use to generate some decent profits and a wage at the end of every week. So without too much, we'll get into it, but there's the obvious things that you need: decent chair, good desk, and a little bit of equipment that I'm going to go through. But there's one element that you most definitely need if you are scruffy, and if you watch any of my videos you might actually think what that is, because I mention it all the time, because I've got a wonderful assistant who just recently made me a coffee, because we all know Scruffy likes a coffee. We Iron Man today because Scruffy didn't wash the Star Wars cup. And so anyway, so I've got my coffee. Let's have a walk around this little setup, see what we can find. Okay, boys and girls, like we just said, had a good look through what my trading setup is. Now, this office is very, very simple. Now, from my desk, which you'll see just down here, I have a curved desk, just simply because it fits in the corner quite well. Okay. Yes, I do have my toys absolutely everywhere. Okay. I need these things just to amuse me, but I've got a decent chair. I have my paper rack. Coming round to the equipment and then back. Now, as I'm sitting in my chair, the one thing I'm looking at is this whiteboard. Now, up on the whiteboard, it's quite important, because I have up in the corner is some checkpoints that I remind myself of. I always write stupid things on, and my number one thing that I pay attention to is risk. Always risk. And why risk? If I lose it, I can't trade tomorrow. So you come down into the desk and make your desk homely. Things that amuse you, because you're going to be there a long time. For me, I have my Death Star on the wall, because my children know I'm a child as much as what they are. I have my little toys in front of the screen to amuse me. My wonderful Millennium Falcon that amuses me, but it's actually my telephone as well, believe it or not. It's all linked in. My good luck charm, the Batmobile. Whiz round with R2-D2 while I'm at these screens. Now, these sound fantastic. What's he doing? He's a child. They're not. They're literally there to amuse me while I'm waiting. Now, what I have is a very, very simple 2-screen setup. 3 if you include the tablet. And what they are, I have the chart that I'm constantly looking at on the right hand side, where it's always in my eye shot.
I have a working laptop, a large computer monitor directly in front of me, which again, whatever I'm doing happens to be on here, so I can see it in a larger scale. And then I always have a little tablet with Sky News running, because you want to be mindful of the news, what's going on through the day, and if Sky News isn't on, I'll have some crappy music. But then you've got your basics, what you need. Something as simple as a notepad and a pen. So you've got your basics of a notepad and a pen, and that's all you need. You know, I mean, tools wise, a couple of screens, keyboard, something to write on, something up in front of you to give you an eye shot of ideas. That's it. That's all you need. There's a couple of websites that I look at as well, so I'm going to pop on the screen and I'll show you two websites that I use pretty much every day, and they do help me quite a lot. So I'll jump on the screens and let's have a look at them as well.
Okay, so we're on the screen. Now the first website that I use constantly is finviz. And why would I use finviz? It's just a website, doesn't look anything great. If you flick it down onto this, it gives you an excellent heat map. It tells you the movers and the shakers of the day. It also tells you the strongest and the weakest over the last 24 hours. Superb, absolutely superb. And it can show you anything you want by drilling down. Now, I'll not go right the way through it because it is very simple. But there you are, you can break it down as to how the strength is being made up. Now, you'll often see me with a spreadsheet, and it's made of different scores and strengths that I give each currency. It's kind of a watered down version of this, and as you hover over, you can actually see the charts, the strengths, the volumes, everything that you need to analyze a chart. Now, if you guys are stock traders, finviz Go is probably the best stock screener there is. Now, for all I predominantly trade with currency and indices. That's the only thing with finviz. They are terrible for pop-ups. This thing will screen down anything, and you can have them preset. So I have mine sort of preset because I look for a current volume over 500,000. I only ever go long with stocks. I look for a rate of change that is up, which is here. The relative volume of 1.5. In other words, what it means is if its average volume is 1, I'm looking for the volume to have increased to 1.5, so I know there's momentum, because as you hear me say, I constantly look for momentum pushes. On an average volume for the stock, it's over 1 million. So I know that there's movers and shakers looking at these stocks, and then it's just a couple of moving averages. I want the 20 above the 50, which tells me that it's moving up. And I just trade shares that are under $20 a share. And then if you look down here, out of all the thousands upon thousands of shares, it's drilled it down to 13. And then out of that 13, I'll have a good look at them, and I'll see if there's anything worth trading on the day. Simple. And the other website that I use quite regular is investing.com. And again, this is very good. It has a good screener. Go into the technicals, and if you have a look at, these are some of the things I've got my eyes on today. It's built up. Tells me strengths, weaknesses. I can then drill into it. So let's say we're having a look at oil. Oil's a good mover and a shaker. On the right hand side here is a comment box, like a squawk box. And I talk to the guys in here quite regular. And then we can have a look at a chart, and it'll go from a 1 minute to a month. So that is really good. It has all of the fundamental news underneath it. For all I don't go into fundamentals, you should be mindful of them. I'm a great believer in just reading the chart, but I still read the news every day, and it's nice to see if what the comments in these are below are marrying up with Sky. They're just people's opinion. You can watch Bloomberg at 8 o'clock in the morning, and one guy will tell you a stock or a currency pair is going up. You can watch Bloomberg at 9 o'clock, and they've got the next guest on, and he says it's going down. So it's subjective, which is why I don't take a lot of notice of the news. I take a lot of notice of what I read. You know, I read it, and I make my decision on them. This is what I use it for. And if you go into the technical side, which is my play area, it then drills it down. This is another one that has loads of pop-ups into everything. So you can look at your Fibonacci points, your pivot points, right the way through your RSIs, your stocks, your MACDs, your ADXs. The whole lot is there in front of you as a snapshot. And it also gives you a reasonable overview looking at moving averages, because it shows you a multitude of them. Excellent tools, and that's all you need, you know. And the best tool that I have, without shadow of a doubt, is motivation. I'm motivated to be better, and motivation is just, it's a skill that you either have or you don't. If you've got it, you can improve it, learn from it. If you haven't got it, you'll fail before you start. And we need little motivators. And my motivator is sitting right there. And why is that? Because if I don't bring home the bacon, she mightn't be sitting there anymore. And when you look at this mug, there ain't no way I'm marrying someone like her again. You know, just have to play with this instead. You need a stress ball. You do in my house, that's for sure. Well, anyway, if you enjoy these sort of things, you got any questions, etc., subscribe, comment. If you like it, great. If you don't matter. I hope you just enjoy it. I really do. Anyway, say goodbye to the good people. Just wave. Bye. Do what you love, and the money will follow. I'll see you on the next one.